What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to go over 4 of my favorite plays for today's NBA slate. Alright guys, to start this video off, I want to go over yesterday's free picks. So we ended up 2-2 on the free picks yesterday. Ended up having LeBron hook us with 24 points. And then Kuzma ended up missing his RA, which obviously, that game was a 40-point blowout. I did not expect a 40-point blowout, and especially against a tired Lakers team, but it is what it is, man. They got killed. The Wizards are terrible, and they chalked 2 of our plays. We did have Aldama smoke his points line. You could have played his discounted line at 5.5 or his original line at 7.5, and regardless, Aldama cashed us out. And then we had Evan Mobley over PRA, barely cashed us. He ended with 30. We took him over 29.5. He was 30.5 on some platforms, and I told you guys, take it at 29.5. Do not take the 30.5, and that is why we ended up getting hooked if you took the 30.5. But he did cash that 29.5. So 2-2 yesterday. Obviously, that's not a good day on the free picks. I don't like anything less than a 3-1. I'm expecting at least a 3-1 today. I got 4 plays, like I said, that I really like on today's slate, and hopefully we can cash you guys out. Before we do anything, I do want to pick a winner from yesterday's video to win a free month of VIP. I do this in every single video. If we get 250 likes in this video, I will pick a random comment down below to win a free month of our premium. Make sure you guys drop a comment, leave a like on the video. You got to be subscribed to win. Hit the sub button, and let's pick our winner. So winner from yesterday's video is going to be for, drum roll please, it's Mike G. He said hopefully Kuz can start to get going in the second quarter. Yeah, Mike, it didn't happen, my brother. He ended up chalking the heck out of it. I think he had like 4 RA, which wasn't even close, man. But he didn't play the fourth, didn't play much of the third. Like, they just got absolutely demolished by the Lakers. It is what it is. So, Mike, send me a message, dude. Got you a free month of VIP, and I appreciate the love and support from everybody. I did have a guy call me out yesterday saying I do not actually give away free VIP. I give away every single month on here. I promise. I'm not scamming by any means. If you are someone who's won in the past and you want to drop a comment and say I got my free VIP, that would be awesome. Because I did, got kind of blistered yesterday in the comments, but whatever, man. It is what it is. I do give them away, and I will continue to give these away in every single video. But if you guys do want to pay for our VIP, you can head on over to our WAP or our Patreon. Links for both of those are down in the description. We would love to have you guys a part of the community. If you want to get all of our plays, that's where you want to go. If you want to join the community for free, like I said, it's absolutely free to join, and we'd love to have you guys in there. You can get a free month for signing up for any of our partnered apps, which are also all linked down in the description. Those include Sleeper, Chalkboard, Underdog, Better, or Parlay Play. If you sign up for any of those 5 apps, you get a free month. They do stack, which means you can get up to 5 free months of VIP, as well as deposit matches on every single one of those. Just let me know in Discord if you signed up, and I'll get you guys added. But anyways, let's jump into these picks for today. So we got a 7-game slate. Not a great slate, not a horrible slate. It's one of those mid slates. It is what it is. I like a few games on the slate, I won't lie, but we're going to look at these right now. So let's jump into our first pick of the day. For pick number 1 of the day, we're going to be taking our man Vucevic. Now, I know a lot of people are probably expecting a Vucevic play, but I'm not playing my original PRA play that I love for Vucevic. I'm taking Vucevic's points. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull Vucevic up over on outlier.bet. If you guys don't have Outlier, there is a 7-day free trial link down in the description. But Vucevic's PRA line, if you click it right here, 35.5. And the reason it's so high is Levine is out. So Levine, Craig, and then we got Horton Tucker, game time decision. Those are all the injury news we have for the Bulls. On the Raptor side of things, we got Grady Dick, game time decision. Olynyk is game time decision. Quickly, game time decision. And Jamal is game time decision, which not anything special there right now. But anyway, we are missing quite a few players on the Raptors. Looking at the game, it is a 232.5 point total, so it is a pretty high scoring game. Obviously, anything with the Bulls is going to be pretty fast paced. I like this matchup. I like this game. There's a few plays I want to look at. So I like Josh Giddey. There was a Giddey play I was looking at. I was looking at his RA. Decided not to use it as a free pick. I was really, really close to using it. I like looking at Caleb White tonight. Obviously, there's some Toronto players. Looking at Pirtle. Vucevic plays no defense, so I was looking at Pirtle. But Pirtle, Barnes, and Barrett, RJ all kind of like they like to chalk me, so I decided to fade them for now. We're going to see what happens with the injury news, see if anybody gets ruled out, and then based off of what happens, I'll decide who I want to play on the Raptors side of things. But right now, I do like Vucevic. Now, I don't like his PRA at 35.5. He's been under this in 66% of games this season. Even with Levine out, you can go over here and go to games without player, without Levine. He's been under this 5 of 6 games. So I still don't like Vucevic. I think that number is really high. Vucevic can drop 40. Obviously, we know that. But I decided to go with points. Now, you can get his points at either 19.5 or 17.5 if you want to buy it down. I'm probably going to buy this down at 17.5. He's cashed this in 68% of the games this season, averaging almost 20 points a game, and that's even with Levine playing. Take Levine out, he's cashed 3 of 6 games, which last game was a blowout versus Boston, so you can't really even consider this. Vooch didn't even play that many minutes. Other 3 of 5 games, I mean, he's averaging right at, it's going to be over 20 points a game. But regardless, man, without Levine, Vucevic should get more usage in terms of scoring. And I do like to play at 17.5 or 19.5. I ended up playing it on a parlay play. So if you want to lock it in a parlay play, you can. You can get a 1.7x at 19.5 or 1.3x at 17.5. Looking at this, I think he's dropping 20 tonight. I don't think he's going to go under 20. I really don't. But I would hate to get hooked. And if you wanted a 1.8x, you can take it at 20.5. I'm locking in 17.5 for sure. I don't know about the 20 line. I might lock that in too just to play a play on it. But Vooch at 17.5 is what I've got, and that's what I'm going to lock in for the free picks. What I recommend taking anywhere between that. So anything from 18 to 20, you could lock in. 18 to 21, I think he gets. But let's pull this up on Props Madness. Take a look at the scoring chart. So looking at players, Vucevic shoots 30% from under the basket, 32% in the paint, 8% mid-range, and then 28% from behind the arc. Opposing team defense, you got yellow everywhere except from inside the mid-range shots, which is 4th, which is red. So everything in terms of versus right here, everything's in the yellow. So Vucevic should have a decent game based off of this. No, it's not a bad matchup. It's not a great matchup in terms of where they allow points to be scored. Looking at similar players versus the Raptors, 5 of the last 11 go to buy position, 8 of the last 15 have cash. So 8 of the last 15 centers have cash. Vooch, obviously, them missing Levine is massive for him. And I am going to lock in our man Vucevic over 17.5 points or 19.5, depending on what you guys want to play. But that is going to be pick number 1 of the day, Vucevic. Jumping to our second play of the day. This one does worry me slightly. This is another game, man. I love to target this game. It's Detroit versus Dallas. These two games I like a lot to target. It's a lot of players. So I was looking at Gafford on this slate. I was looking at, or on this game, I was looking at Duren. I was looking at Cade Cunningham. There's quite a few plays. PJ Washington, and the 2 I ended up going with. So the first one was Duren. So taking Jaylen Duren, I locked him in. I locked in his PRA. So his PRA is on most platforms is 25.5. You can get him on parlay play right now, 24.5 regular lineup. So that's what I'm taking. 24.5 for our man Jaylen Duren. He's cashed in 6 of his last 7 games, which is 6 of his last 10. He's only cashed at 43% this season, but dude has been on fire as of lately. So I'm playing him while he's hot, man. So looking at the injuries on these players, Pistons obviously missing Ivy. That's pretty much all they got. Maverick side of things, Doncic is out. Kleber's out, Lively's out, Dwight Powell's out, so lots of players missing from the Mavericks, which is why I decided to go for some players from the Mavericks in this on this slate as well. But I do like Duren, man. Duren has been cashing me out. I played him probably 3 of these games that he's cashed me. I'm going to ride the wagon right now. So Duren, head-to-head data, only 1 game versus Dallas, 17. He's what he had. That was last season, so it doesn't really matter. Looking at him this season, obviously we've already seen 43%. You can do games without Jaden Ivey. It doesn't change a whole lot of things. He's cashed 53%, 9 of 17 on the season. We're going to pull this up over here on Props Madness. Take a look at the matchup in terms of where they allow points. We're going to click Jaylen Duren. You can see 84% of his shots are going to be from under the basket, 1% mid-range, 15% in the paint. Opposing defense is yellow everywhere pretty much. So it's just going to be a yellow matchup. Not great, not bad. Looking at similar players versus Mavericks. 6 of the last 7 have cashed. So by position, 6 of 15 have cashed. But by Props Madness, they think he's going to cash this line. So I like to play too, man. Seeing a decent matchup on a play I already liked makes me feel better about it. If you go to home games, he's cashed 5 of his last 9. Not that that makes a huge difference, but I do like looking at that as well. So love to play for our man Jaylen Duren. It is a slightly risky on the season. He hasn't cashed it too much, but you throw in a lot of these different variables, and our man Duren is going to cash us out. One thing I really like is Dallas. They give up tons of stats to the center position. They have a bottom 10 defense in every single category versus centers. That's points, rebounds, and assists, which makes the Duren play even that much better in my opinion. So Jaylen Duren, 24.5 PRA is what I've got locked in. I'll pull him up over here just to make sure he's still 24.5 on Parlay play. He is for a 1.6x value. You can lock these in for a 2.2x. So my 75 to 150 is what I usually play on a slip. And you can cash out for a little double up over here if you want to tail this slip. I'll be locking in this exact lineup over on Parlay play. I might end up putting Vucevic at 19.5 as well, just to see what the payout looks like, just to see if it's worth. But anyways, that is the two plays that I've got locked in right now. Duren, 24.5 PRA is pick number 2. So jumping into our third play, I've already told you it's from the Dallas side of thing. Taking our man PJ Washington. One thing about this play, it is a popular play on Prizepicks. I'm on the popular tab. You scroll down, PJ Washington is on here, 29.5. So anything on Prizepicks, popular tab, I don't love to take. So they had Gafford on here, and they had PJ Washington on here. I liked both of these plays, and I had to pick between the two that I wanted to take. I actually liked Klay Thompson points as well, but Klay Thompson is just so inconsistent, man. He's been shooting like 70%. I'm not taking him because he could shoot 30% today and chalk me. So not taking that. But PJ Washington, man. That's who I decided to go with on this side of on the Dallas side of things. So took him over 29.5 PRA. I actually got him at 28.5 on Parlay play. So you can get him at 28.5 on probably Sleeper and Chalkboard as well. But on Parlay play right now, he definitely is 28.5. I can show that too. So we'll go ahead and pull PJ Washington up before we jump into the meat and potatoes of things. But let's see here. So PJ Washington, 28.5. Okay, this is why I like to Parlay play. I couldn't remember exactly why I loved it in Parlay play. It's because it's a 1.88x to go over 28.5, which is way better value than any other platform. So I decided to take this on Parlay play. So really good value. If you lock him in, you lock in this 3-man, you got a 4x on this 3-man, which is $300 off of 75. So you can get a really good payout on this slip. I really like this slip. Now I'm not saying play a 3-man. I'm not saying that, but I do like this slip a lot. So PJ Washington, 28.5. He's cashed 4 of his last 5 of his last 10. He's cashed 14 of 41 games on the season. So looking at that, you're like, man, this is a stupid play. Head-to-head data, he's been under every single game versus Detroit. Why would you ever pick PJ Washington? Well, we've already looked at injury news. Injury news is the big thing here, man. So we're gonna go games without player. We're gonna go games without Doncic. Without Doncic, it goes from to 52% hit rate on the season, which is 13 of 25, which okay. You go without Lively, it goes from 6 of 10 games on the season, which is 60% hit rate. And you take out Kleber, and you go up to 2 of 2 games this season with all 3 players missing. He's averaging 39 PRA. He just had a 47 PRA game versus the Pelicans. Game before that, he had 31 versus Washington. Those are 2 teams that give up a lot of stats. So you got to look at things here. You got to see neither of those teams play very good defense. So you're looking at Detroit. Does Detroit play good defense? 17th in points, 4th in rebounds, 9th in assists. It's like, wow, they don't give up too many stats. Go to power forward position, and this goes way down. They give up bottom 2 in points allowed, bottom 10 in rebounds allowed, bottom 10 in assists allowed, 29th, 20th, and 23rd rankings. All green for our man, PJ Washington. Looks like it's going to be a good matchup, in my opinion. Obviously, away game doesn't change anything. He had 47 his last away game. We're going to go to Props Madness. We're going to click PJ Washington, and we're going to look at the season shot chart. So PJ shoots 38% under the goal, 20% in the paint, 2% mid-range, and then 26% from behind the arc. If you add up all the corner threes as well, you're looking at a 40% three-point shootage. But looking at opposing team defense, everything's in the green except for in the paint, man. Like, it's a good matchup. Go to versus. You got a green matchup from behind the arc. You got a green matchup in the paint, yellow mid-range, and then you got red under the goal, which is 38% of his shots, which does make things look a little difficult, but everything else is green, man. PJ Washington's going to get some buckets under the rim. I see that happening. I like this play. Looking at similar players versus the Pistons, one of the last 8. So this looks absolutely terrible. If you go by position, 5 of 15. So these two stats right here, similar players versus the Pistons, don't look good. But you also got to look at the usage PJ Washington's going to have this game with everybody out. So the other teams may not have had the same scenario going on here. PJ Washington's going to be needed if they want to have a chance to win this game. And I think they do have a chance to win, man. I think Detroit's going to win. I really do. But I think the game stays competitive. Got a pretty high or pretty decent scoring total, and I like this play. So locking PJ Washington in over 28.5 points, rebounds, and assists as our third pick of the day. So final play of the day, fourth pick is going to be a play that I'm locking in. I locked him in a couple times this season. He cashed us out last game. I'm taking our man Podziemski. So taking our man Brandin Podziemski. We're taking him over 7.5 points. Now this line, his original line is 9.5 plus 100 odds. You buy it down to 7.5. It's minus 190. Straight betting this isn't going to be good. But looking at our man Brandon, he's cashed 7 of his last 10, 20 of 34 this season. Games without player, Draymond Green, Kuminga. He has cashed 4 of 4 games this season, averaging 14.5 points. So great matchup for our man Podziemski. Like the play, playing against Phoenix, playing at home. Home games, he's cashed 4 of 4. All 4 of these are at home, so he should have a good game here tonight. Looking at field goal attempts, he's averaging 8.5 on these 4 games, and he's making 56% of shots. So Phoenix defense, they give up 18th in the league in points. Go to point guard is 26, shooting guard is 16th. Not a bad matchup for Podziemski. Like to play, gonna pull it up on Props Madness. Not much more I need to say about this play. I don't have to convince y'all. I don't think for 7.5 points. He just needs 4 buckets or a couple threes in a bucket. Looking at Podziemski, player, he shoots 22% under the rim, 21% in the paint, 11% mid range, and then from 3-point shooters is 46% overall, 33% from regular mid range or regular 3-point shot. Can't think of the word off the top of my head right now. But anyway, looking at versus, you can see everything looks pretty dang good. Orange under the paint, or orange under the rim, 21% green in the paint, yellow mid-range, and then 33%, which is green from behind the arc. So looks good for our man Podziemski matchup-wise. Similar players versus the Suns. 3 of the last 3 have cashed. By position, 7 of the last 15. So depending on the way you look at this, could be good, could be bad. I think Podziemski getting at least 8 points. If you want to lock him in for 10, you can. But 7.5, I like this play a lot. I'll pull him up over here on Parlay Play. Take a look at it. Hit show more points. 7.5, you got a 1.46x value on this play. So we got 2 plays, or 2 discounted lines that are one's almost 1.5x. This was pretty much a goblin on Prizepicks if you take it at 17.5. At 19.5, you got a regular payout. So depending on how you want to look at this. But if you play these, you got a 6x if you play them in a 4-man. I don't recommend playing them in a 4-man. I recommend breaking these up into picks or into like 2-man combinations. You can play them any way you want. You can mix and match these. That's the way I like to play them. I will say, guys, stay tuned. This weekend, I will have a bankroll management guide. So here's what I want you guys to do. And I will pick an extra free month of VIP down below to somebody who asked me a question. I need questions for this video. It's probably going to get uploaded tomorrow. I need you to tell me, what questions do you have about bankroll management? I will answer all of them as the best I can. You'll see in the video, not everything's not just, it's not like set in stone. You can change some things in the bankroll management. But I'm making that video. It'll be done this weekend. I've been wanting to do this for over a year, and I'm finally sitting down and doing it. So drop the comments you have down below, any questions you have, and I'll try to answer every single one of them. But anyways, guys, those are our 4 picks. Little recap. We have Vucevic over 17.5 points. You can get him at 19.5 as well. I think he's dropping 20 tonight, so I'm locking him in. Got Jaylen Duren over 24.5 PRA. PJ Washington over 28.5 PRA, and then Brandin Podziemski over 7.5 points. Lock them in if you like them, fade them if you don't. Hope you guys have an awesome day. Hopefully we can sweep the board for you. Join our VIP. Links down in the description, and I'll see y'all in the next video.